The term Hindu Rashtra translates literally to Hindu nation. It represents a vision of India where Hindu identity plays a central role. However, the exact nature of this role remains a subject of intense debate and diverse interpretations. For some, Hindu Rashtra signifies a cultural concept, emphasizing India's Hindu heritage and its influence on society. Others perceive it as a political ideology, advocating for a state based on Hindu principles and values. This ambiguity fuels ongoing discussions and disagreements about its meaning and implications. The lack of a singular, universally accepted definition contributes to the complexity of the Hindu Rashtra debate. Understanding the various interpretations is crucial for navigating the nuances of this contentious issue. One interpretation of Hindu Rashtra focuses on cultural dominance. Proponents envision a society where Hindu traditions, values, and practices are prominent. This perspective emphasizes the historical and cultural significance of Hinduism in shaping Indian identity. Another interpretation views Hindu Rashtra as a religious state where Hindu principles guide governance and lawmaking. This perspective draws inspiration from ancient Hindu scriptures and seeks to establish a system rooted in religious precepts. A third interpretation emphasizes political representation. It advocates for greater political participation and influence of Hindus, who constitute the majority religious group in India. This perspective often emphasizes the perceived historical disadvantages faced by Hindus and seeks to rectify them through increased political power. These varying interpretations highlight the multifaceted nature of the Hindu Rashtra concept. Each perspective carries distinct implications for India's political and social fabric. The concept of Hindu Rashtra did not emerge in a vacuum. Its roots can be traced back to the Indian independence movement and the ideological currents that shaped it. During the struggle against British colonialism, some nationalist leaders sought to define Indian identity in terms of its Hindu heritage. They believed that Hinduism provided a unifying force against colonial rule. The partition of India in 1947, which witnessed widespread violence and displacement along religious lines, further intensified debates about the relationship between religion and nationhood. The trauma of partition left a lasting impact on the Indian psyche, shaping perspectives on national identity and the role of religion. In the post-independence era, the Hindu Rashtra concept continued to evolve, influenced by political developments, social movements, and ideological debates. Understanding its historical context is crucial for comprehending its contemporary relevance and significance. The Hindu Rashtra debate is intricately linked to broader discussions about nationalism and secularism in India. Proponents of Hindu Rashtra often argue that a nation's identity should be rooted in its cultural and religious heritage. They contend that India's secularism should not come at the expense of recognizing its Hindu majority. Instead, they advocate for a form of secularism that acknowledges and respects India's Hindu identity. Opponents of Hindu Rashtra, however, express concerns that prioritizing one religion over others undermines India's secular fabric, as enshrined in its constitution. They argue that true secularism requires treating all religions equally and fostering a society where citizens' rights are not determined by their religious beliefs. The interplay between nationalism and secularism lies at the heart of the Hindu Rashtra debate. Finding a balance between these competing ideas remains a significant challenge for India. Section 5. Minority rights and representation addressing concerns and safeguarding pluralism. One of the most contentious aspects of the Hindu Rashtra debate concerns its potential impact on minority rights and representation in India. Critics argue that a Hindu Rashtra could marginalize religious minorities and erode their constitutional protections. They express fears that a state based on Hindu principles might discriminate against non-Hindus, limiting their religious freedom and cultural expression. Safeguarding the rights of minorities is crucial for preserving India's diverse and pluralistic society. Proponents of Hindu Rashtra, however, often counter these concerns by emphasizing their commitment to inclusivity and justice for all Indians. They argue that a Hindu Rashtra does not necessitate discrimination and can coexist with a society that respects minority rights. Addressing these concerns and ensuring the equal treatment of all citizens, regardless of their religious beliefs, is paramount for navigating the complexities of the Hindu Rashtra debate. Section 6. The controversy unfolds. Secularism, polarization, and the future of Indian democracy. The Hindu Rashtra debate has sparked intense controversy and polarized public opinion in India. At the heart of the controversy lies the question of whether India, a secular democracy with a diverse population, can reconcile its Hindu identity with its commitment to pluralism and equal rights for all citizens. Supporters of Hindu Rashtra argue that acknowledging India's Hindu heritage is not incompatible with secularism. They believe that India can embrace its Hindu identity while upholding the rights of minorities. Opponents, however, express concerns that the pursuit of a Hindu Rashtra could undermine India's secular fabric and lead to the marginalization of non-Hindu communities. They argue that prioritizing one religion over others contradicts the principles of equality and justice enshrined in India's constitution. The controversy surrounding Hindu Rashtra has significant implications for the future of Indian democracy. It raises fundamental questions about national identity, secularism, and the protection of minority rights. Section 7. Voices of support and opposition. Understanding the arguments shaping the discourse. The Hindu Rashtra debate is characterized by a wide range of perspectives and arguments. Understanding the motivations and concerns of both supporters and opponents is crucial for engaging in a nuanced discussion. Supporters of Hindu Rashtra often cite India's Hindu majority and its historical and cultural significance as justification for their vision. They argue that recognizing India's Hindu identity would not diminish the rights of other religious communities. Opponents of Hindu Rashtra, however, express concerns about the potential for discrimination and marginalization of religious minorities. They argue that a secular democracy should treat all its citizens equally, regardless of their religious beliefs. The debate is further complicated by historical factors, such as the trauma of partition and the rise of religious nationalism. These factors continue to shape perceptions of national identity and the role of religion in public life. Section 8. The impact on Indian politics, from electoral strategies to policy decisions. The Hindu Rashtra debate has had a profound impact on Indian politics, influencing electoral strategies, policy decisions, and the overall political discourse. Political parties across the spectrum have grappled with the issue, attempting to navigate its complexities while appealing to their respective constituencies. The rise of Hindu nationalism as a political force has brought the Hindu Rashtra debate to the forefront of Indian politics. Political parties have sought to capitalize on the issue, using it to mobilize voters and advance their agendas. The debate has also influenced policy decisions, particularly in areas such as education, culture, and religious affairs. Government policies on these issues often reflect the prevailing political climate and the influence of different ideologies. The Hindu Rashtra debate will likely continue to shape Indian politics for the foreseeable future, impacting electoral outcomes, policy decisions, and the relationship between religion and state in India. Section 9. Social repercussions. Examining the influence on inter-community relations. The Hindu Rashtra debate has not only impacted Indian politics, but also had significant social repercussions, influencing inter-community relations and shaping public discourse on religious identity. The debate has at times exacerbated religious tensions and led to increased polarization within Indian society. The rhetoric surrounding the issue can sometimes create divisions between communities, undermining social harmony. However, it is essential to note that the debate has also spurred important conversations about national identity, secularism, and the rights of minorities. It has forced Indian society to confront difficult questions about its past, present, and future. The social repercussions of the Hindu Rashtra debate are complex and multifaceted. While it has the potential to exacerbate tensions, it has also created opportunities for dialogue and reflection on the values that should define Indian society. Section 10. Looking ahead. The enduring significance of the Hindu Rashtra debate in India. The Hindu Rashtra debate is not merely an abstract ideological discussion, but a live issue with profound implications for India's present and future. It reflects deeper questions about national identity, the relationship between religion and state, and the kind of society India aspires to be. As India continues to grapple with its colonial legacy, economic challenges and social inequalities, the Hindu Rashtra debate is likely to remain a significant feature of its political and social landscape. The debate presents both challenges and opportunities for India. It underscores the importance of upholding the values of secularism, pluralism, and respect for diversity, which are enshrined in its constitution. Navigating this complex and often contentious debate requires sensitivity, understanding, and a commitment to dialogue. The choices India makes in addressing this issue will have far-reaching consequences for its future as a democratic and inclusive society.